Hello, Fairfax neighbors. My name's Steve Omler. I live in your neighborhood. I do quite a bit of this sprinkler work, so I thought I'd put together a tutorial on how to drain your pipes if a freeze is coming. Not blowing your sprinklers out, just draining your outside pipes down into the basement or wherever it goes. Mine comes in here. It's usually by your hot water heater area. Comes through my meter, up through this pipe, feeds the house, and it also feeds my sprinkler system, which goes back up and out. Usually have two valves. Sometimes you don't, but most of the time you'll see it like this. You have a shut-off valve to the sprinklers. Let's start by shutting that off, and then you have a drain valve. Mine looks like this, and I just open that up. And you'll hear some water coming out. And I have a floor drain, and I have a little hose attached that goes down to my floor drain. If you don't, you can always just hang a bucket off here. It's not, maybe a gallon of water, depending on how long your pipe is that goes out to your sprinklers. So I'll just open that up because we've got it shut off here, so it's not going to hurt anything else in the house. It's just draining that line as much as it can. And it'll just go into that floor drain. Then we're going to go outside and tackle the rest of this. Okay, neighbors, I'm back. This is my valve box in the ground. I've got 6 zones. It attaches, comes up through here, comes out of the house, feeds up through the backflow preventer, comes over here, down into the ground, and feeds those valves. Let's talk about your backflow preventer. You know, you guys know what this looks like if you've ever had one freeze or had me come and replace that poppet. Sometimes that freezes too. These are your 2 ball valves. I can't stress enough, leave these in the open position. This would be closed. This is open. Always just leave those open. The only time you're really gonna mess with those is if you're outside here and you just shut this one off that feeds the backflow preventer from the house, so you don't have to go downstairs and shut it off. This also, since I've shut it off in the house, there's no real water coming up. It's just the water that's stacked in here. So this valve here is my drain valve, and it just goes to an open pipe here. And what I'm going to do is we're going to open this up. And so you would do the same thing and just let that water drain out. All this water that's in here, stacked up, and in this pipe coming in from the house, which is so important to get out, it just drains down. Pretty much you're done there, except I always have people, these little petcock valves on the side here. I don't have my screwdriver, but you turn those to a 45 and let air in here. Same thing with this one, it's just on the other side. The little screw thingy is. Once you do that, you go down here into your valve box, and mine has what they call an auto drain on it. I don't have to open that. It just auto drains when the pressure's off. You will usually have either a ball valve or a little spigot valve that looks like one of these or the little metal ones. The last thing you want to do is open that. That'll drain any of the water that's in any of this line here that comes down from the house. Once you've got that done, you're pretty much set for a freeze. And outside of blowing out your system, you shouldn't have any trouble. I can't guarantee that it won't freeze your lines, but a lot of people, that's their own choice. And as usual, the disclaimer is I take no responsibility for what you do to your system. Thanks a bunch. I hope this helped.